This N-scale sawmill factory model includes 3 buildings, a main sawmill factory, lumber storage building, and a mill worker's house. It also includes 3 door illusion rooms plus 2 window illusion rooms, and many more cool features. Welcome back to another Innovative Hobby Supply video. I'm AJ, your instructor, and today we're going to be assembling the N-scale sawmill factory kit. One of the most important skills to know before assembling your Innovative Hobby Supply model is scoring. It involves a straight edge and a hobby knife to break the surface tension so the flex stock can bend clean. As you can see, I made a practice piece to show you how it's done. Simply line up the ruler along the line and gently press down the hobby knife on the flex stock. Once done, fold. This technique allows you to make a flat ordinary piece of flex stock into something more intricate and 3D. Today we'll be using the standard equipment for this model: a ruler, scissors, watercolor markers, a hobby knife, hot glue gun, and some scotch tape. So let's jump right into it. The very first step is to carefully cut all the art items out from the kits using a good pair of scissors. I recommend gathering all the smaller items into groups to avoid losing anything important. For the base, simply cut the white outer edges off. After everything is cut out, let's start by prepping the lumber storage side walls. Score these 2 glue tabs on both sides with a hobby knife and a ruler. After scoring, gently fold the tabs inwards. Then touch up the white outer edges and the scored seams with a corresponding watercolor marker. Repeat these steps for both side walls and put aside for later. The next step, we want to grab the lumber storage roof and score this white middle line with a hobby knife and a ruler. Fold the sides downwards and touch up the white scored seam with a brown watercolor marker. Put aside for later. Then grab the mill worker's roof and do the same exact steps. Score the white middle line with a hobby knife and ruler and fold downwards. Then touch up with the watercolor marker. Put aside for later. Grab the optional porch awning and score this white middle line with a hobby knife and a ruler. Gently fold a small tab downwards and touch up with a brown watercolor marker. For the next step, grab the sawmill factory side walls and score the 2 glue tabs on both sides with a hobby knife and ruler. After scoring, gently fold the tabs inwards and touch up with a brown watercolor marker. Repeat these steps for both side walls. Now it's time to open the side walls doors. Cut the middle of the door with scissors, then cut the top of the door with a hobby knife and a ruler. Lastly, score where the door hinges are with a hobby knife and a ruler. Once that's done, simply push the doors inwards to open. Then touch up the edges and the scored seams with a brown watercolor marker. Just look how cool that looks. Repeat these same steps to the other side wall. Then grab the sawmill front pop-out wall and score this white line, and the 2 glue tabs with a hobby knife and a ruler. Afterwards, fold the glue tabs in the side walls inwards. It should look like this after done scoring. Then touch up all the scored seams and the white outer edges with a brown watercolor marker. Moving forward, let's open the 2 front doors on the lumber storage wall. Cut the middle of the door with scissors, then cut the top of the door with a hobby knife and a ruler. Lastly, score where the door hinges are with a hobby knife and a ruler. Once that's done, simply push the doors inwards to open. Then touch up the edges and the scored seams with a brown watercolor marker. Put aside for later. Then grab the sawmill top side walls and score the white line with a hobby knife and a ruler. After doing that, score the 2 glue tabs on both sides. Then very gently fold the long tab outwards. Fold it at a 45-degree angle away from the side wall. Then grab a corresponding watercolor marker and touch up the scored seams. Do this for both side walls. Put aside for later. Then grab the sawmill top roof and score this white middle line with a hobby knife and a ruler. Gently fold the sides downwards and touch up with a black watercolor marker. Put aside for later. Moving forward, grab all of the illusion rooms and score the 2 white lines on both sides for each illusion room with a hobby knife and a ruler. After scoring, gently fold the tabs inwards. Touch up with a brown watercolor marker. This is what they should look like after done. Put aside for later. Then grab the main sawmill front wall and take out the inside parts of the windows. Avoid cutting the window frames at all times. Use a hobby knife to cut. Then touch up the inside edges with a brown watercolor marker. Afterwards, flip over the front wall so the white side is facing you and grab the window material included in the kit. Trace how big the window material needs to be to overlap each window opening, big enough to overlap and small enough to avoid touching the front wall sides. Take out both sides of the wrapper until see-through, then secure with Scotch tape. Make sure it's not visible from the front side. Then grab the mill worker's side walls and score the 2 glue tabs on both sides with a hobby knife and a ruler. Fold the tabs downwards and touch up with a brown watercolor marker. Then grab the tool shed side walls and score the 2 glue tabs on both sides. Touch up with a brown watercolor marker and put aside for later. Repeat this step for both side walls. Then grab the 3D log pile and score these white lines with a hobby knife and a ruler. Fold into a long cuboid. Touch up the scored seams with a brown watercolor marker. Next, grab both of the crates and score the white lines here with a hobby knife and ruler. Afterwards, fold into a cuboid and touch up the white scored seams with a brown watercolor marker. Grab the optional awnings and score the white lines with a hobby knife and a ruler and fold downwards. Touch up with a brown watercolor marker and put aside for later. Grab the smokestacks and score these white lines with a hobby knife and ruler. Fold into a cuboid after scoring and touch up the scored seams with a gray or black watercolor marker. Then grab the fences and flip over, touch up the outer edges with a brown marker and glue the matching pairs onto the backs of each other using hot glue. Put aside for later. Then grab the crates that we scored earlier and glue the sides together using hot glue. Grab the smokestacks and do the same exact things. Put aside for later. Then grab the log pile and glue the sides together with hot glue. Hold until dry and put aside for later. Now it's time to glue the sawmill front wall onto the base. Line up here and place hot glue behind the wall. With a brown marker, color a small portion of the base about 1 inch inwards for both sides. Then connect each side wall with the front wall evenly lining up together using the glue tabs and hot glue. Then place hot glue behind the side walls to secure to the base. Grab the sawmill illusion rooms and place it 1/2 inch away from the doors on both sides. Secure using hot glue. Moving forward, grab the back wall and glue one side at a time to avoid any unevenness. Then grab the sawmill window illusion rooms and place it right behind the windows. Then place the sawmill pop-out roof right on top. Using the sawmill's top side walls glue tabs, connect one side at a time of the top of the main side walls. Then using the top side walls long tab, place glue along it to secure the roof evenly on top, making sure the shingles are facing downwards. Do this to both sides. Afterwards, place the top roof on the very top. Then grab the mill worker's front wall and glue it onto the matching base, placing hot glue behind it and hold upwards until dry. Secure both side walls onto the front wall, then the back wall. Then gently place the roof evenly on top. You can either use a long awning or the 2 small awnings for this building. Moving forward, glue the tool shed front wall onto the correct base using hot glue. Place the side walls onto the front wall evenly, then the back wall. Place the roof evenly on top. Before securing the lumber storage front wall, color the base where the doors will be 1/2 inch inwards. Line up with the white line and secure with hot glue right behind the wall. Secure the side walls, then the back wall. Grab the door illusion room and secure it right behind the 2 doors. Then place the roof evenly on top. Look how cool that looks. Secure the smokestacks on the top of the roof. Afterwards, have fun and decorate the model with the add-ons anywhere you'd like. Wow, look how realistic that looks. Then grab the fence and glue them right against the mill worker's front wall. Have fun and grab the landscape moss included in the kit. Place it anywhere on the kit to add even more realism. The N-Scale Sawmill Factory model is a level 2 skill kit and will take approximately 2 hours to complete. Once this model is assembled, it's plenty rugged and will give any hobbyist many years of enjoyment for displaying on your train layout or race track. You can get this model and many others on innovativehobbysupply.com. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe down below. If you have any further questions about the building that we just assembled today, make sure you check out our website at innovativehobbysupply.com.